士们、先生们，我们即将进行的比赛项目是双人短节目，敬请期待。女士们、先生们，我们提醒您，场馆的光即将关闭。
Ladies and gentlemen, it is our pleasure to introduce the officials for this event.
女士们、先生们，现在为您介绍本场比赛赛事及会员。
The referees representing the Valesi.
you see the city lights. They tell you anything is possible.
Welcome back to the Huaxi Cultural and Sports Center in Chongqing, China. The Cup of China 2023 well underway with Shoma Uno, the two-time and reigning world champion from Japan, comfortably securing a big lead in the men's short program. And now we head to the pair short program, the fourth and final event of the day. And pair skating has such a rich heritage in China. And indeed, Yuchen and Zhang, the 2010 Olympic champions, here at the event. Yuchen spoke to the audience during the opening ceremony. And skating fans will remember the incredible performances that Yuchen and Zhang delivered. So much of that thanks to Ben Yao, and the story of Chinese pair skating and how it evolved from Ben Yao's own experiences as a world championship competitor. He finished in last place in the world championships in the early 80s by some country margin, and then vowed to be able to transform Chinese pair skating, and that he did, going on to be responsible for the incredible performances of the likes of Yuchen and Zhang, who then passed on that lineage to Sui and Han, the champions in the Olympic Winter Games in Beijing early last year, 2022. And now, chance for the next wave of Chinese pair skaters in this Olympic cycle to showcase their prowess. And a wonderful way to do it here on the Cup of China event. And we saw the rapturous applause, the amazing scenes in the men's competition for Chinese competitor Bo Yangjin, who was showered with teddy bears. Scenes of raining cuddly toys, and quite amazing to witness. And I wonder if we'll have that same factor happening in the pairs event. There aren't pair teams with the same reputation as Bo Yangjin, but I'm sure they will have the support of all those in the arena. And there, the starting lineup with the three Chinese pair teams opening proceedings in this final event of the day. And we see in this order of the judges that we have judges and officials who are doubling up on duties within the competition. Of course, such respect to those that give up such huge parts of their life to officiate at these events and help support the skaters and the sport. And great to see the smiles on the faces of the relatively local skaters. And the brother and sister team from the United States of America joining the Chinese pair skating party in this first warm-up group. And so 4 teams start the warm-up. 4 pair teams, the maximum number of pairs allowed within a warm-up in this discipline. 6 single skaters, 5 ice dance teams, but 4 pair skaters. And great to see the evident approach to skating skills being exemplified as the teams warm up in the opening stages. To the first team, Yuchen, Wang and Li Zhu from China. Teamed up in 2022, so still so relatively new to this partnership. And their coach and choreographer, Zhang, is a former partner of Peng, who is competing in this event against them. Almost a family of Chinese pair skaters involved in the creation of this group. And there, Peng with her new partner, Li Wang. Peng with her former partner, Yang was 5th at the Olympic Games, which Sui and Han won. Returns to competition with Li Wang, 35-year-old Li Wang. Eager to join her in the competitive pursuits, and you have to assume that their aspirations are high if she's been as high as 5th in the world. In fact, she was 4th in the world back in 2019. And they're the throw technique that we have seen from many Chinese pair teams en route to great successes. And then to the third and final team from the host nation, Zhang and partner Yongchao Yang. This team teamed up in 2021. And indeed, Zhang was a single skater. She came 4th at the Cup of China in 2020 in the women's event. So still the education in this discipline in its early developmental stage. Although nothing showing an early development in that wonderful throw triple loop there. Landed by Zhang confidently and comfortably. And so we look now to the youngest competitor in this group, Maria Mokhova and her brother Ivan Mokhov. They are participating in this event as a replacement for Smirnova and Sianitsia. Maria just struggling there with the planned side-by-side jumping past that triple toe. Her brother looking more comfortable there on that element. Team that started skating at 2 and 3 years old respectively, and they're their father ringside to support them. Nervous and anxious times, the warm-up getting ever closer to the vitally important performance time. As with the other disciplines, all of these teams will have had opportunity to practice on this main rink earlier today before the start of the ice dance competition. And then many electing to return to the hotel, about 25-minute drive from the main arena. Chance to refuel, rest and recover in anticipation of this event. And this is the warm-up. Essentially the work is done now. You can see the match between the brother and sister team so synonymous in the way that they'll move and the work that they've done with their choreographers. What's delivered under the pressure of the competition is as much about the psychology and mental preparation as this, the physical preparation. And as we head into the final minute of warm-up, it's good to acknowledge that at last year's World Championships, it was Zhang and Yongchao from China who competed, and their result of 17th at the Worlds in Saitama, Japan doesn't justify more than one entry for Chinese pair teams at next year's World Championships. Consequently, all three of these teams, of course, will be eager to be the chosen team for that. I have to assume that the new pairing of Cheng Peng and Wang will be the heavy favourites to take that spot based on the pedigree that they have coming into this event, despite their new partnership.
Skaters, this concludes the warm-up. Would you please clear the ice?
热身环节结束，运动员请退场。
So 6 skaters leave the ice, paving the way for Yuchen, Wang and Lei Zhu, the first of the 3 Chinese pair teams. And Yuchen Wang looks, immediately she looked happy before even stepping onto the ice in warm-up. There was joy in her face throughout the warm-up. And now as they take to their start position, skating to the Godfather soundtrack, we hope there will be that same joy in 3 minutes time or so at the conclusion of this, their short program. Simple choreography, but very well matched. And although the timing of the takeoff of the jump wasn't well matched, success on the side-by-side triple toes. They lost their synchronicity on the transition before, but safely through the triple twist lift. Gasp of disappointment from the audience as she steps out of the throw triple loop. Well, it's a very delicate piece of music that stayed at a relatively same tempo throughout. Hard to showcase variation within their energies for Yuchen, Wang and Lei Zhu. And if you spotted at the top left-hand corner of the screen, lots of red boxes indicating negative grades of execution for the elements. That a consequence of the clear criteria from the judges for the reduction for errors. And so that will make sense to the team as they leave the ice and consider what has taken place. That said, given that they just teamed up in 2022, I think they make a great match, and there are so many positives, and they conduct themselves in a vein akin to what we have seen from other teams from their nation that have gone on to great success. Still under development as they continue to refine and hone. But this was quite beautiful at the beginning. The storytelling offered to them here. And so the reason this element will have a reduction in the grade of execution is because of the timing between them being different and the premature touchdown of the left foot for Lei Zhu. The heavy scratch, not terrible errors, but still enough for the judges to pull it into the minuses. And this, the wondrous throw triple loop, but the stepping out of the landing and the jump has a clear criteria of a -3 to -4 in the GOE for the judges on that sheet. So they'll know that, they'll be well educated in that, and hopefully just the very experience of being here is a positive one. You sense that Yuchen Wang more in the moment perhaps than Lei Zhu. Did have some issues on the side-by-side combination spin. And you can see the strapping on the leg of Yuchen Wang, suggesting that working through some injuries, but you wouldn't have sensed it at all as Zhang joins them in the kiss and cry. And as this is their international debut, there's not an ISU personal best assigned to Yuchen Wang and Lei Zhu yet. But 49.95 now goes beside their name as their short program personal best, and I think that a score that in the coming events could easily be usurped quite comfortably for them. And now to Cheng, Peng and Lei Wang. She 5th at the Beijing Winter Olympics, 5th at the World Championships in 2021. And they said in an interview with the Global Times that we have good communication and we can remain calm and summarize what hasn't gone well in training. And hopefully that rapport and connection between them pave the way for a clean short program. Triple toes to open the program. As we expect from a Chinese throw, masses of height. Not the best landing that Cheng Peng would have hoped for. Great musical awareness within the step sequence. Change of rotation feature, looking comfortable as to success rotations in one arm. Oh, and that's such a difficult transition at the end of the program to hold that finish position for Cheng, Peng and Wang. And that is really the impressive debut on the Senior Grand Prix for Peng and Wang. Of course, her experience comes into play, and whilst on the junior circuit as well as now the senior circuit, I don't see the same coaching names assigned to these Chinese pair teams as we have seen for those who have achieved such great success in Chinese pair skating. This couple, I'm sure, have benefited from that tutelage in the past, and although they are new to each other as a pair team, their technique must have come from the same school of skating, because they match really early on as they take a justified and well-warranted high five from their coach, Yang Ding, off the ice. Peng said that Lei takes initiative to inquire about her emotions and unravel the complexities within her heart. And I thought, what a wonderful way of saying that she, I think, has an attentive and respectful partner to her. Here, you can see what I said about the timing, the technique, although new to one another, are still very well matched. At the weakest element, this is often the case, the most challenging of the elements, the twist lift. And this loop, pitched forward on landing. It does well, disguising somewhat the less optimal landing with that glorious arm movement of her left. You see the change of position, one arm rotations, change of direction, levels easily achieved and effortlessly done. I have to say this, as a finished position to hold, really tricky too. And whilst the coaches may not be those that are synonymous with success in pair skating, choreographer Laurie Nickel has been influential in creating amazing performances for Chinese pair teams in the past. They had a 62.33 at the Shanghai Trophy in the short program, and they narrowly add to that. And now they wait to see how 62.91 will fare as the rest of the competitors take to the ice. And now to Siyang and Yongchao Yang. They're trying to show contrasting styles between their two programs. This, to the music Wushu, showcasing a dynamic passion of martial arts. It's symbolic to be at home performing this, said their choreographer, Mishaji. The best triple twist that we've seen. Unique transitional entry into the side-by-side triple toes. Just a step out for Siyang. Incredibly flowing right back outside landing edge for the throw triple loop. out of sync and almost perilously close on the combination spin. And she just going for a different feature than was practiced. Peng, or he, it's the mismatch there. Oh, such a brilliant finish position. Such energy from Yongchao Yang at the end of the program. And this team, the sole entrants for China at the World Championships last season, eager to make sure that they reclaim that spot next year. I thought Peng and Wang, who lead the field at this stage, come with such experience and are presumed easy favorites to be the leading Chinese team. But the first couple of elements for Zhang and Yang, so strong. I thought they had contention to be competitive with them, but as the program progressed, things unraveled a little and the components dropped with it. The step out of the triple toe for Siyang Zhang, obviously problematic. And I'm not sure what happened with the change foot combo spin. It looked like she went for an upright feature, he went for a camel feature, and I think that's what their coach is talking about as they step off the ice. And they're a team that competed at that Shanghai Trophy. This was great. 45 degrees between the legs necessary for that feature. Take a catch. Split twist. And here you'll see the step out for Siyang Zhang on the triple toe, and also actually I think a quarter of a rotation short in the side-by-side jump. Different technique, the use of the left arm on the throw triple loop, but the best outcome of all the teams, equally effortless lifting. Here, the forward inside edge, that of the right foot for Siyang. Brilliant position in a level 3 assign. Look at his face. Delivering on the presentation of the ending. He looks a little embarrassed at that now, but it was totally on point.
The scores, please.
56.09 at Shanghai Trophy. What will it be at the Cup of China? So, looks like a different reaction across the team in the kiss and cry as they score 58.71. You sense that their competitive desires to be the front-running Chinese team, indication of the disappointment perhaps. As we look to the final team in this group, as their father encourages them onto the ice. Maria Mokhova and Ivan Mokhov from the United States of America. And they skate to Beneath Maraguena. Very rare for a team to start with the step sequence, but great opportunity to show the judging panel the match between them. phase change happens. They head towards the jumping pass that was problematic for Maria in warm-up. Oh no. Fall 2 in the program for the triple toe. Just short of rotation on the triple twist as well. Stays up. A 2-foot landing on the throw triple toe loop. Rocker counter entry into the butterfly, so difficult. The brother and sister team of Maria Mokhova and Ivan Mokhov share a hug. The program is just jam-packed with transitional content, movement assigned to the music, and a program that they used last season as well, so perhaps that the reason the extra time spent on this choreography tightened up so much of the transition throughout. Just unfortunate though to see that the technical element score will not be what they want. The fall on the triple toe, perhaps not a huge surprise given what Maria appeared to struggle with in the warm-up. And the triple twist lift, so problematic too. She takes a hug from her dad. And not quite sure of the preparations for this team as to how smoothly training has been going, or even how prepped they were for this assignment, given that they were a late replacement for Smirnova and Sienitzia. So we get a chance to look at side-by-side triple toes, and I think she was short of rotation. It looked like she slipped on takeoff, and actually it will be downgraded, I think, the blade appearing to land forward for Maria. Also half rotation short, I think, on the triple twist lift too. Rare to see a triple toe. Something, a throw and jump done more commonly in the 90s. I don't actually know if the foot did touch the ice for Maria there on the landing. It's a great change of position, unique position choice for Maria and Ivan within the group 3 lift. And that's probably the best element of the 7 elements for the team in their short program. Great chance to see the forward inside death spiral. Joined by Andrei, their father, Oksana Yakosheva, their other coach, their mother, and Oksana and Andrei double up as coaches and choreographers. And indeed, their younger brother also competes. He is a single skater, so it's an entire family affair.
Maria Mokhova and Ivan Mokhov have earned 42.65 points in the short program, a new season's best. They are currently in 4th place.
Not close to the personal best they achieved on the Grand Prix last year in France. Just wondering if there's an injury at play perhaps for the brother and sister team. Wish them all the best for the free skate tomorrow. As that concludes the first group, and we head to the final 4 performances of this first day of competition at the Cup of China. Peng and Wang lead the field with 62.91 points. Not a strong score that applies pressure towards those left to compete yet. And those 8 skaters are introduced now to the arena. And now the warm-up begins, starting and concluding with Italian pair teams. Fascinating to see how the discipline has shaped or been shaped in Italy of late. And there was much talk about the impact of the global pandemic on this pairs discipline, where obviously teams unable to train and work together, and the impact of that on the pair skaters with their elements so crucially needed to be well honed, well trained, well prepared. And the assumption being, I think rightly so, that the pair skate is more adversely affected than any other discipline. But on the outside of that now, there seems to be an increasing emergence of an abundance of Italian teams. One of those is Valesi and Manuel Piazza. They here replacing Emily Chan and Spencer Akira Hao. You will have been informed of that last month. And I'm sure they're delighted to have the chance to try to redeem the performances last week in France. They were disappointed with their performances there, but now equally challenging to skate in back-to-back Grand Prix assignments. But that was good for Anna. Triple Salchow looking clean, that better than what was showcased last week. As we look to the Skate America champions, Annika Hocke and Robert Kunkel. They too, like others, have already competed in China this year. They were at the Shanghai Trophy, where they were second. Undoubtedly, as the ground announcer acknowledges, we'll have the Grand Prix final fixed firmly in their mindset. And that'll be the 3rd time, if they do achieve it, that they can return to China for a competition this season. Shared some wonderful interviews of late as we look now to the champions the week after in Skate Canada. Deanna, Stellato-Dudek and Maxime Deschamps. And we've seen so many competitors in the other 3 disciplines who competed in Vancouver, British Columbia for Skate Canada. And some of them have struggled, it does seem, from the relatively quick turnaround. And Deanna was explaining that they haven't had a day off in 3 weeks apart from travel days. That said, their travel to this assignment was challenging to say the least. I understand they had to travel first to Vancouver and then stop overnight, and then multiple travel implications just to get to compete here. So now they are challenged with that, but also challenged with being favourites in the event. As we look now to Rebecca Ghilardi and Filippo Ambrosini, the European silver medalists. They starting their Grand Prix campaign when some are coming to finish it. Fascinatingly, Rebecca and Filippo were performing recently in the Milano Cortina 2026 Be Inspired Gala in Milan recently. I'm sure being involved in that, as we see the problem element, the side-by-side triple salchos, will be such motivation to their training. As I talked about with the Italian pair teams, there's so many of them now, and I think the Italian Federation will be so desperate that Saraconte, Nicolomaci and Ghilardi and Ambrosini will be able to secure enough spots at the coming 2 World Championships to push to create 3 spots at the Olympic Games, so that Italy will be well represented. Rebecca and Filippo, although European silver medalists, haven't been able to compete at the World Championships. 2 years ago it was because of COVID, and then only 1 spot therefore assigned to Italian teams last year. Gorgeous landing position from Rebecca Ghilardi, the 24-year-old. A little step out there for Deanna. Deanna and Maxime so vocal about the incredible hard work that they did in the off-season, how they ascertained their weaknesses and devoted the necessary time and education to cleaning those relative problem areas up. Equally, Annika, Hocke and Robert Kunkel, the winners at Skate America, have been quite vocal about the challenges in their off-season. They have some funding from the German Federation next to the participation they have in the German Army training, but that means that they miss 5 weeks of training in the off-season, which obviously curtails their development. So each of the pair teams come to the Grand Prix with very different preparation, different techniques, different training locations, but as some leave the ice, we wish them all clean skates here at the Cup of China. Anna, Valesi and Manuel Piazza open this final group, skating to music by the band they both love, Måneskin. They share a high 10 as they vie to beat their personal best from 7 days ago in France.
You'll be the saddest part of me, a part of me that will never be so clear. Tonight is gonna be the loneliest, and you'll still be obsession I bring. I see your face when it close my eyes. Still true. Tonight is gonna be the loneliest. Just the lines that I hold in case of death. That's what I want. That's what I want.
Just a hand down for Anna on the side-by-side triple salcho. Then on the throw triple flip. Lovely exit, group key lift. Good combination of turns within the hold in the step sequence. Anna Valesi and Manuel Piazza, the first of the two Italian teams competing. And Hocke, they had a fall 7 days ago on the throw triple flip, and the same fate took place here. Just cannot imagine the challenges on competing in back-to-back events. Not just back-to-back events, but back-to-back events in different time zones. And Andre Otarek explained that, of course, they were frustrated with some of the mistakes that took place at the Grand Prix de France and hoping for some sort of redemption. But it's being able to mentally channel that frustration in such a short space of time with limited training, as Daniel Aggiano offers them their skate guards. Daniel, a new coach to blossoming pairs school in Bergamo. The sharpness of the exit there, the clarity from Anna. Here the Sakos. And last week actually the Sako was deemed clean in the short for Anna. Under review by the technical panel now, as we see a difficult fall on the flip. Glorious turnout and life of extension in both legs within the lift for Anna. Very clear that there's an awareness of levels. Level 4 assigned to the spin, forward into death spiral, the lift and the step sequence. So the amazing team at Bergamo working so conscientiously and so hard to attain those levels.
Anna Valesi and Manuel Piazza have earned 55.55 points in the short program. A new season
So
best.
better than a week ago. 55.55, all the fives for the Italian team.
组合瓦莱西和皮亚扎本节目得分为55.55分，刷新了赛季最好成绩，目前位列第3位。
So we've seen one team from Bergamo, now to the second of 3 representing that training base. Annika, Hocke and Robert Kunkel. The European bronze medalists. How does the win that they achieved at Skate America shape the preparation for this event at the Cup of China? Just a double for Annika on the side-by-side Salcos. Some really difficult transitions, much more complexity in the composition of this program. Hand down on the throw triple flip. Annika Hocke and Robert Kunkel, the German champions. And Annika looking skyward with the disappointment of the double salto. And into the arms of Robert for consoling. And the team had explained that their short program is to wake up an audience. And they acknowledge that so often the pair teams will use something slower, and that their goal is to wake the audience up, and that's something that Annika appreciates when she watches skating. But then she acknowledged that sometimes they regret picking fast music early in the season because it's more exhausting. And I, for one, appreciate and respect all the content that they packed in. Choreography by World Ice Dance champions Anna Cappellini and Luca Lanotti. Confirmation of the great support that the Bergamo Pair Skating School has, having ice dance choreographers, pair coaches. And that's the reason why they've made that move, formerly training in Germany, but access to optimal training times to facilitate their progress, and they've showcased that progress undoubtedly this season. Unfortunately today, not a skate indicative of that. And here you'll see 2 rotations after the back 3 Mohawk entry into the salto. Annika, there's a fall on the salto at Skate America, but there wasn't the mistake on the flip there with the hand down. And so with the technical element score being lower, how will the program components be affected? Because the program is brilliant, full of difficulty, full of musical awareness, full of correctly assigned movement to the music choice that they have. So you get a chance to see the cluster, a back outside rocker. And here, the likes of this is the difficult entry into the forward inside death spiral. Much more challenging than others may have chosen. And I'm sure they'd reap the rewards of that more so when the tech score has been driven home with a clean skate. But again, the kiss and cry, a reflection of the good energy at Bergamo. But Annika looking despondent, ready for a 5 to be the starting number for their short program score, but they still creep into the 60s. This Andre Otarek coach saying, tomorrow, another day, immediately spinning a positive for his team. So, the favorites coming into this event, the highest scoring team this season. Skating to Oxygen. Music inspired by Maxime's hometown. That, what they perceive to be their hardest element, safely done, and a level 4 assigned. Perhaps further apart than Skate Canada. Great quality on the side-by-side triple toes.
L'ascenseur de
But she will be disappointed. Hand down on the throw triple loop. Deanna Stellato-Dudek and Maxime Deschamps, and a recurring theme being that Maxime seems to placate Deanna. She's such a high-achieving woman. And yet, they did acknowledge that there were challenges with the preparation for this event, so close in its proximity to their first Grand Prix assignment. And I think Deanna looks less deflated than perhaps the throw reaction that she had 2 weeks ago in Vancouver. Great music. Montreal composer, where Max is from. Montreal, the home of the World Championships in March of next year. As Jose Picard, Jose just analyzes the performance of Maxime. Deanna, I'm sure, already has her own assessments of what took place. And as I said in interviews at the High Performance Camp in Skate Canada and throughout the off-season, they were vocal about what they wanted to achieve. As we see some excellent side-by-side triple toes, they acknowledge their need and desire to improve their speed and ice coverage to be competitive with the Japanese world champions. As we see the throw. But where many, and indeed every competitive skater, will acknowledge the desire to increase their speed, it was so visible with Deanna and Maxime. No doubt that the work in the off-season has paid off, and so they'll be able to fall back on better component scores when mistakes are made even. But at this stage, they are the leaders in the season's best scores in the short program and in the free skate. They won't achieve that, I think, certainly not in the short program today, with the throw being worse than it was perhaps, but perhaps the judges will reward the component scores as the program progresses during the season. No, 70.39 and an accepting nod from Deanna. And they comfortably lead at this stage with one team left to go. And now to the last team, the last skaters of the day. And they in their first Grand Prix assignment in 2023 is Rebecca Ghilardi and Filippo Ambrosini. They've had some challenging short programs this season at the Lombardia Challenger Series event. His hook popped off his skate and had to take 6-point deduction in total. Hopefully no malfunctions now, and a clean skate awaits for Rebecca and Filippo. that consistently their most challenging element, the side-by-side triple saltos. What a great transition into the lift. Absolutely exploiting their strengths. Solid throw. They've maintained speed coming out of that element. Rebecca Ghilardi and Filippo Ambrosini conclude their short program, their start on their Grand Prix campaign this year. They made the Grand Prix final in Torino last year in their home nation, having won the Grand Prix Espoo. They wait to see how they will compare with their training mates. Annika, Hocke and Robert Kunkel, the winners at Skate America, are currently in third place. So will they do enough to push them off the top 3 spots after the short program?
Salvato il flip molto bene. Spino aperta ma
You can see one of the team's greatest strengths is their performance ability. Great slalom with this. Consistently has been a problem for the team. You can see technically a real challenge for Rebecca, the leg wrap, the mismatch. So even when landed, it will struggle to ever be in a positive period of execution. So that underdevelopment, I'm sure, but their lifts, just wondrous transitional content into that. And the exit. There you go. And the throw was good too. So in retrospect, Rebecca and Filippo may come out of this event with some of the highest valued elements based on, to say, playing to their strengths. To say, performing in the Be-Inspired Milano Cortina Gala of late. It's such a fixture for all of the team from Bergamo. Andre and Daniel joining them and saying congrats to Franca as well, another member of the team. 66.33. And fist clenching congrats. They're the highest ranked team from Bergamo. So the final skaters of the day, looking very satisfied, and rightly so, as they slide into second place with Deanna Stellato-Dudek and Maxime Deschamps, the winners 2 weeks ago, consolidating their reputation as the front runners this season. So that concludes all of the skating. We've seen some wondrous performances. Canadians leading the pairs and the ice dance event. Luna Hendricks from Belgium leads overnight in the women's competition. And the world champion from Japan, Shoma Uno, triumphant in the men's short. Congratulations to all of the skaters and their teams after this first day of competition. Shortly we'll get the chance to see the top 3 teams in the pairs event. Chen, Peng and Lei Wang, the new pairing from China. They find themselves in the bronze medal position. And the home crowd will be eager to see them maintain that in the free skate tomorrow. If not, extend that as they vie to usurp the Italian team. Rebecca Ghilardi and Filippo Ambrosini. A solid skate, second highest tech score and components to achieve a 66.33 and a new season's best for the couple from Bergamo. But it is Deanna Stellato-Dudek and Maxime Deschamps, the favourites, that come away with the lead, and fairly comfortably so, with a 4-point advantage over the Italians after day 1 of competition. We look forward to seeing their vampire, or interview with the vampire free skate, which will be the last performance tomorrow. I'm Mark Henretti. Thank you for joining us for day 1 from the Cup of China. And make sure you stay tuned to enjoy the start of the ice dance free dance at 2:30 local time tomorrow.